Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with freebets.com, Empire Fight Store, Forged Irish Stout. Michael, weighing done. It's going to be a good night at Ulster Hall tomorrow night. It's been some atmosphere, hasn't it?
Yeah, the atmosphere today got me very excited for tomorrow. The co-main event, the buzz of that, I was going, this is what you want. It's a local derby. Two guys from here fighting each other. I think it'll be fantastic.
Celtic title on the line too. Spoke to them both, very confident of winning. This is what this is about, innit? Putting together close, good 50-50 fights that the fans can get up for. That's
what it is. You got to build the fighters at home, and those type of fights where they're fighting each other, that's what it does. So I think it's fantastic for them, and their fans. Their fans have been fantastic. So it's been great.
Good main event as well. Kurt Walker, someone you spent a lot of time with, obviously promotional by Conlan Boxing, goes again a very tricky customer in James Beech. Experience, been there maybe professionally at a higher level. Is this potentially Kurt Walker's coming out party?
I think so. I think he needs to go out there and put a statement on and look good doing it. There's plenty of big fights for Kurt coming up, but he needs to get rid of someone like a James Beech or beat him very, very convincingly. So I'm excited to see it. I know he's put in probably the best training camp he's put in. He's had some fantastic sparring, and he's been the most professional I've seen him. So
what's changed?
I think it's something that when it's a fight that actually means something, and it's his first title, and he's got a live opponent in front of him, not just someone who's coming to survive or anything like that. He wants to come and win, and speaking to James yesterday, he's very game, very up for it, very confident, so I'm excited.
Kurt's always said to me the past couple of times he believes as he gets higher up and has to go through the levels, you'll start seeing the best of him. Do you think that could be the case, the fact that, we talked about his knockouts on his record, that he's only got the one stoppage, and he just said, and he sort of alluded after his last fight, the more we go up, the more people maybe come and have a go, the more you'll maybe see a chance of a stoppage. Sometimes when you get given opponents who are maybe there to be beat, we know it happens in boxing, not to build your record but for experience, they're there to survive. Do you think this could be his opportunity now to make a statement though against someone like James Beech? He's been in there with some good fighters.
Hey, listen, he's been in with some top fighters and had some good performances. He unexpectedly beat Reza Hamza, and that was his kind of coming out party in a sense, but I do think this is Kurt's coming out party, and I think, like you said, with his amateur experience stuff, the better a fighter he fights, the more technical the fighter he fights, the better he will look, and the more of a chance he can get the knockout.
Obviously on this side of the fence, moving away from the fighting stuff, yourself, your brother, put together a terrific card, and you've put on shows before, but Belfast being one of the bases of boxing over here in Ireland, Ulster Hall's going to be rammed. It's going to be one of them on-top atmospheres like it was for Lewis Crocker. But you've also got that added coup of doing this on your own but having the backing of DAZN. That must be a bit of a buzz for you guys to put on a show and to have such a big platform, and it's not going to clash with the other show in London either. That's going on Sunday. Must be a bit of a proud moment for you boys.
100%. We always just needed the opportunity. Now we've got the opportunity. It's time to kind of show what we can do from a show point of view. It'll be a great night. It's a show. It's an event along with the fights, you know what I mean? It's not just boxing here. We've got a bloody cash machine and everything.
No, I was talking to Jamie. I was telling him a bit more. That prize guy, one of your sponsors?
That prize guy, one of our main sponsor, has come on board. He'll have a cash machine in the ring, and you have a chance to win up to £2,000, I think, if you can grab it all. It can be hard, but we'll see how it goes, and I think whoever gets picked will be the lucky contestant to do it, and they'll walk away with some money. So a beneficial night for whoever it is. Could be a free night.
I know you're doing a lot of running at the minute yourself personally and sort of away from the fight thing. I know you've not been keen to really speak on any sort of future and things. I'm not really putting an announcement or anything together, but are you enjoying this side of it, maybe dealing with managing fighters? I know you were in Boston a few weeks ago for Kevin Cronin. You're back over here now. You're more involved now with your brother, obviously managing fighters. Is it a bit of a different stress and pressure that you're under now?
Yeah, it's different. I'm enjoying it though. As opposed to going to Boston stuff, it's all part of the process of learning on the job in this sense. But that's why we set Conlan Boxing up while I was still fighting, because it was always something that after boxing I could step into and something that I think I can excel at. So it's going really well at the minute. I'm enjoying it. Jamie probably takes more of the pressure. Yeah, he does.
Be honest, he does.
He takes the pressures, but it's really enjoyable.
In terms of boxing coming up, I just want to get your opinion on a few fights. We'll start with Sunday. Fabio Wardley. I know it's not in relation to a weight category you fought him, but I think it's an intriguing fight. Fabio Wardley, that white collar background going against a Frazer Clarke who's fought, the who's who of boxing in the amateurs. Not had that big breakout moment in the professional game yet, but how do you see that fight going? It's an interesting one.
It's very interesting, and it's hard to pick them for me. Fabio Wardley's coming in with the momentum, beating Adelaide and stuff, and he has looked really good so far, but he's fighting someone who has tremendous pedigree as an amateur, and we know it always doesn't translate to the pros, but I think it's a really intriguing fight. I can't pick a winner at the minute, if I'm honest. I would probably, if I'm going off form, I lean towards Wardley, but Frazer Clarke's a fantastic talent, fantastic pedigree, and if he can put it together on the night, we're in for a nice one.
Another fighter on that card, Callum Simpson, very good fight. You had the privilege of watching him spar Poddy McCrory before he went to Balanga. He's in a tough fight. That guy's coming in with a high knockout ratio on his record. I think something like, don't want to misquote it, I think 29 of his 34 wins have come by knockouts. And this is just before he gets his shot at the British. What do you make of Callum and what he's doing at the minute?
I think, Callum, I'm amazed by the guy. I think he's a fantastic talent. When I watched him spar, I was blown away by him and how skillful and how talented and how tough and resilient he is also. So I think that'll be a great fight. I can't see nothing but a Callum stoppage, if I'm going to be honest. But obviously you're saying the guy's coming with a massive knockout ratio, so who knows?
His wins he's got.
Yeah, well, it's still a massive knockout ratio, but Colin's been in with the likes of Better BF and stuff and sparring and being brought back, so it says an awful lot in that sense. A top fighter, someone who I believe, and I probably tip myself to go very high in the game.
I've got to ask you, probably not one you want to answer, but I'll be called out for it left, right and centre. If not, Jordan Gill, Zelfa, Barrett. How do you see the fight going? Obviously you shared the ring with Jordan, seems to have found a more comfort at that weight class. Zelfa's had the experience, been in with some very good operators, close to winning a world title himself in Abu Dhabi, but I think sadly with the ear and stuff like that, and over there he fell short, but he's back now, and it's a good fight.
It's a good fight, very good fight. Jordan probably has the better skill set, but I kind of lean towards Zelfa. He's more experienced at the weight, stronger at the weight probably, and I would pick Zelfa in that one. It's a good fight though.
Any fights you're looking forward to seeing coming up, or is it just a case for you of concentrating on Conlan Boxing and getting your miles in? Because I know you've booked yourself in about 50 marathons, like a lunatic.
Yeah, I'm more looking forward and focused on marathon rather than anything. So I haven't been looking at any fights or seeing any fights really coming up that I'm intrigued by. Usyk Fury, maybe that one interests me. But there's a few, isn't there? But with this 30 stuff. There's a
5v5 coming up.
The 5v5, that's interesting. Featherweight is interesting. That one I would like to see that fight and how it pans out. So whoever it is, I think it'll be an interesting fight. They both have a good selection of fighters in them weights, so it's interesting.
You put a post out the other day. You were in the Octagon, I believe, and you put great night at the Bellator on Saturday. Got a buzz being back in the Octagon, being back in a combat environment. So as much as you say, focus on other things, still in you, the feel of a big night.
100%, like when I was there, I'll be honest, when I got into the Octagon I felt like I was going to do an MMA fight, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? It's so big as well, like I couldn't believe how big it was when I was in there, but no, it was nice, and the atmosphere was class in the STC at Bellator.
Do them nights give you that bit of a buzz, especially over here as well, where you're like, does it play with you a bit? Do you know what I mean? When you go there and you're like,
a little bit. It did give me a buzz. I was like, maybe I could jump into this Octagon and do a crossover fight. Who knows? Get me in the MMA, but nah, I don't know. Listen, I'm focusing on marathon, and after that, I'll decide when I'll go, or if I go again, we'll decide then.
No worries, Michael. Appreciate your time. We'll catch up after the fights on Saturday. Terrific night at Ulster Hall, live on DAZN. So if you're not here, I'm pretty sure all the tickets are gone. There was literally, I think, less than 10 last time I spoke to Jamie, if that, and they're pretty much all named and gone. Yeah, tune in on DAZN. Appreciate your time, Michael.
Appreciate it, Matt. Thank you, mate.